the power. I need I want keep on moving. Keep on moving. Love is the power. I can feel it. I can't stop. Yeah, yeah.
Hey gang, welcome to the stream for May the 19th. It is a Friday today, and we are gonna keep the Age of Wonders 4 train rolling here with Story Realm number 4. The last Story Realm kind of sucked. It was like kind of fun at first, but then it became kind of a slog by the end. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like you lose a lot in this game by just disabling diplomacy. Just like the vassal system is actually kind of cool in this game, and we didn't get to mess around with that much at all last time. So hopefully this next story realm will be a bit more robust, a bit more to my liking. And hey there, Thescally, congratulations on being first. Glad to see you've made it there at long last. And yeah, we're gonna start up some Age of Wonders right here. I got a new playlist. I've got a new playlist to use with this game now as well, which we're gonna try out today. I'm pretty sure it's copyright free. Not that that's been an issue on past streams, but just in case. Where is that sucker? Actually, we'll save it till we actually start up the game. So, I took a little bit of time to do my own character creation off stream just to save a little bit of time here.
Choose your destination.
I was kind of going back and forth, but actually, I'm so addicted to this game. I actually played a complete game last night. I actually ascended a new character, which was going to be the character that I played today. Yeah, I made this guy. Is there a way to get a good look at him? I guess we can show him off when we start up the new game.
Choose your destination.
Gonna do story realm number 4. One thing I didn't do last time was I didn't preview all of the special effects on the story realm. That's kind of important to see what's up with these before you create your ruler. Like, for example, this previous map we did has this eternal battleground thing, which basically leaves you in a state of permanent warfare with all rulers and all free cities on the map, which means that you're kind of screwed if you go with like a vassalization and diplomacy type build. You just can't do any of that stuff at all. Like an order build would be kind of hamstrung on this map, which is, you know, not what we did last time we played that, so we got kind of lucky in that way. But yeah, let's actually see what we're in for this story realm for Rise of the Godeer, the Eternal Court. Actually, I think Rise of the Godeer is yeah, the name of the campaign. I suppose they'll probably add new story realms as they add more DLC to the game. Although I think I heard somewhere that there's only going to be like one new story realm per DLC pack. And actually, I think it's only story realms in the big DLC. There's like 2 mini DLCs and 2 big DLCs planned right now. So we got Rampant Undeath. The undead plague this realm and are common. The inhabitants of this realm are cursed with a restless death. Marauders and free city units gain Curse of Undeath. Oh joy. Oh joy. So all of the enemies that we defeat on this map are going to come back after one turn. So that means we have to pretty much kill them all in like a single turn. Or is that like one strategic map turn? Like, do they revive on the strategic map after one turn? It says free city units get that as well. So that means that vassalization could actually be good on this map if they keep that Curse of Undeath. When you rally the lieges, we could get a bunch of free city units with Curse of Undeath on them. And then low population free cities are rare. Well, okay, probably don't go heavy on the vassalization here. I was thinking of doing a couple different builds here, but I think I decided... Also, we're going to go hard mode. I feel like I played the last map really poorly, and we kind of won anyways. I mean, it was a bit close. We almost lost the magic victory to the yellow player in the end, but we got it. We squeaked it out. Just barely, by like one turn. So yeah, we're going to go hard
Your
mode.
journey
And then,
starts
yeah, I
here.
made a new ruler, which was the one I was intending to do on this map. This high rat man here. I really like this leader design I came up with, actually. I think this is my favorite looking leader that I've made so far. I gave him like kind of a blue skin tone and a frostling crown. And also the Staff of Frost start. I think I ended up putting the Tome of Cryomancy on this guy too. It was a pretty fun game. I went pure. I played a random map and I just played this for the first few turns because that's what what I usually do when I'm planning a build. And I ended up playing more than the first few turns. I actually played like 4 hours and did a complete game where I just went pure good alignment and diplomacy and vassalization. I tried to appease the other players as much as possible and get like maximum vassalization with all of the free cities, and I did it, and I won a territory victory. It was actually really easy and really passive. You get so much free stuff from having tons and tons of vassals, and once you get them up to a certain level of vassalage, their territory counts towards your territory victory, or whatever it's called. I actually forget what that victory condition is called. You got like what? Domination, which is just eliminate all the players. You got magic, which is the research victory, and then I don't know, land victory. So I was able to win one of those. Uh, it actually went pretty well. I actually managed to get that win faster than I normally can with a research win. I've talked before about how I thought that the territory victory might be the hardest one to get, just because it's so difficult to build cities in this game because of the crazy Imperium cost. But if you just go get tons and tons of vassals, you can actually cover territory really quickly. I think I finished that game in just under 80 turns. Usually I finish games in the mid 80s if I'm going for a research victory. Anyways, it ended up being kind of a really passive game with like not much going on. It's very easy to appease the AI too. I was like I think I ended up allied with more than half of the AI players. In fact, I could have gone for an elimination victory. There was only one unallied AI player, but he was on the opposite end of the map, underground, so I didn't think it was worth messing with him. But now that I've kind of gotten a taste of the high culture here, I was thinking we might do an industrialist build instead. And then if I go high on story map number 5, I think I'll have streamed every culture in the game. Because we did the feudalists. Yeah, Michigan J, the Toad feudalist, for the first map. I forget. I think we did a random map for this one, but yeah, we had our villainous little ones. The dark culture with our halfling leader right here. We had the barbarian goblin orc tribe here. Then we did mystic with our magic cats on the last map. So the only two cultures I haven't streamed yet are industrialists and high. And I was thinking of doing high today, but since I played a bunch of that yesterday off stream, I guess we'll go industrialist. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and select this guy. Or actually, do we edit him? I'm gonna edit him because the one thing I forgot to do, I forgot to customize this guy's traits. I don't like water adaptation.
What is their origin culture?
But yeah, I decided I wanted to do industrious. For society traits,
society?
I decided we're going to go materium and nature on this run. I think that might be a good combination because materium kind of lets you build tall. It gives you a ton of production to build a bunch of structures in your cities. So that gives you like just a good way to produce tons of resources out of your cities, and then green lets you build wide and build a bunch of cities. So if we could build a bunch of like a large number of tall cities, I think that could be really good here. The tricky thing with this is that neither of these gives you a starting unit. I actually just noticed that recently, like within my last few games, I realized that your starting army is partially determined by your society traits. Because I remember there was one game that I played off stream where I ended up with just a tiny starting army, and I was thinking like, what the fuck? Normally you get like a full 6 stack of units. Why do I only have 3 dudes in this army? It's because I didn't pick any society traits that give me starting units. So we aren't going to get any starting units. I think we're going to end up with that shitty 3 unit stack. You get like a melee, a ranged, and a support. In fact, we might not even get the support. I guess we'll see. But we'll get +1 population at the start of the game, which is actually really bad. That might be the worst starting bonus in the entire game. Like, I would legit rather have a scout. But, I don't know, it just seemed nice. The effects of this are really good, though. It's kind of balanced out by a good effect. City cap is awesome. That saves you like 200 Imperium. Founding cities cost 25% less. That saves you like 50 Imperium per city. You get an accelerated start with the +1 population. So like this is a really good effect. You just don't get anything at the very start of the game, really. And it's the same with this one. Free annexation of Ancient Wonders, and you start with a free Ancient Wonder cleared out already, and they give you bonus production. So this is actually a pretty good boost to our starting city. But we don't get any units or anything in our starting army. So this will be kind of an interesting start here. We're going to have to fight hard.
Of magic.
So I went for the nature tome here just to get the extra green affinity. I think I want to try to even it out between nature and materium. I don't know if we're going to go for a research victory on this game. I kind of end up doing that almost every game because it just happens first. Seems like no matter what you do in this game, you end up with a ton of research, and it's just magic victory is always the easiest one to get. But I basically went with the Tome of Roots here just because I don't think I've ever actually taken this one before. The arrow upgrades are actually not very good for industrial culture because their archers don't have repeating attacks. But the poison weapons might be alright because we got a bunch of melee units with repeating attacks. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take that.
What is your ruler's
I think you pretty much always want champion with an industrial ruler because they're all about building up your city income and pumping units out of cities. So I went ahead with the champion.
Reveal yourself.
And then I went with this dopey looking frog just because I thought the frog industrialists looked the coolest. Your races don't really matter. And then usually what I like to do is I like to determine the race.
What is your people's form?
I like to determine the race last. Like, I think we've played just about every race in the game so far. At least I have. I haven't streamed moles, but I've played a mole game. I played a rat game just last night. We did kitties on the last map. Barbarian Goblin. Shadow Halfling. I haven't played a dwarf. Or actually, I played orcs with a Goblin Wizard King, and then I haven't done humans, elves, or dwarves. I haven't done any of the boring races yet, and I don't think I care to. We're gonna do Toadkin. The question is, what traits do we want? For industrialists, I think you want to keep. It's kind of tricky because you like to keep them together, but their archer has a single attack. Their crossbows fire a single shot, which makes them good for flanking. So I was thinking, like, what's the one? Or is it this one? Is it defensive tactics? Yeah, +1 defense and resistance when standing next to a friendly unit with defensive tactics. That can be extremely good because you're almost always standing next to a unit, especially in the early game. But maybe not so much with industrialists, since they have that crossbow guy who likes to flank. In fact, I was thinking of maybe taking sneaky. This I hadn't decided yet. I forgot to pick my racial traits when I set up this race before the stream. Damage penalties from casualties are halved. That could be okay. Industrialists have a lot of defense already, I feel, with their melee unit. Their starting melee unit does shit for damage, but he's got a good taunt and he has really good defense. So maybe we get some offensive traits to kind of shore up our weakness. In fact, Ferocious would be good for that guy. Do some more damage with his retaliation attacks. We could also do Overwhelm tactics. Oh, actually, the thing with the ranged units for this, for the industrialists, you can run behind and flank with them, but they also have a 3-action ability where they just stand still and fire a huge charge shot. So maybe we won't be moving around a lot with them. You know what? I think we're... Okay, let's try this. Let's just go full... Oh, no, that's right. Overwhelm tactics and defensive tactics are both mind traits. Do I have anything that'll benefit them for standing next to each other in here? I don't think so. Physical ranged and magic. I could go keen-sighted to go with the overwhelm tactics. Actually, does that really synergize? Because if you crit, that basically negates your accuracy. You automatically hit if you get a crit. The game basically rolls for crits before it rolls to hit. If you succeed on the crit roll, you don't need to roll to hit. Maybe we just go strong, actually. Just strong, since we got good defenses already. As industrialists, strong with the critical hit. Yeah, sure, let's try that. We'll be like
What is their origin culture?
aggressive, high
Reveal
damage,
yourself.
industrial toadman. I actually don't even know all what industrial has for units. Apparently they have some kind of pikemen. I don't even remember what those guys are. Maybe the tier 2?
Your journey begins.
And then, yeah, I chose Air Marshal for a name, and then I just randomized the others. just because, I don't know. I was trying to think of famous toads in fiction that I'm familiar with, and the only famous toad I could name off the top of my head was Air Marshal, the first protector. Or do I want to be first guardian? I don't see why it matters. Protectors and guardians are literally the same thing. I'll be the first protector. Onward! Oh yeah, we're gonna get some story to
After
start things
seizing
off
the
here too.
Coil, the Shadrai suddenly
The
disappeared.
Shadrai?
This concerned most Godia, the members of the Covenant in particular, who were actively opposed to the Shadrai and their schemes.
Shadrai.
However, none knew how to follow the Shadrai,
Shadrai.
or what their destination was. The Covenant convened in Mage Haven to debate.
I think we might have to have a drinking game. Take a drink every time she says Shadrai.
The Athlan ruler Sundrin proposed to seek out Prince Meandor, her uncle. Meandor was a powerful wizard of death.
Man, we're just
and the
rolling
heir of
R's all over
fallen
the place in
house
this
in
story.
York.
Meandor.
He was the first Athlan to discover Mage Haven and had guided many banished wizards there, including the Shadrai, saving them from eternal torment in the darkness that lay between the realms. If anyone could track down the Shadrai wizards, it was Meandor.
Yeah, wasn't Meandor a bad guy in Age of Wonders 3? Oh well, apparently we're working with him this time.
However, for reasons unknown or unfortunate, Meandor had elected to exile himself to Oldweald, the ancient home world of the elves, where he established a realm for himself. Since then, concerning reports had reached Mage Haven. The shadow of death had washed over the vibrant forests, its cities haunted by lingering souls and roaming spirits who are unable to finish their journeys to the well of creation. Many elves had since fled the realm, reporting that Meandor was responsible for its fall. He had vowed to restore his
Okay,
beloved
blah blah blah, Meandor made a realm of zombies and we gotta take it back. Or take him back, or something like that. Yeah, 3 units in the starting stack. That's pretty shitty. I might end up regretting this decision, but we'll make the most of it. And oh, our starting wonder is 2 spaces away. That kind of sucks. Although we get +1 pop in our starting city, so that should let us claim that immediately. Healing roots and bolst. Oof. Well, this is really bad. 2 healing spells in our starting magic. We're gonna have to fix that right away if we can. Oh, Sundrin's working with us on this one. Oh, something's wrong with this realm. So is she with us on this mission? Oh, she is too. Oh, wow, we get 2 units. Fuck me. Or maybe we lose one because we start with Sundrin. That's actually a good trade. Yeah, holy shit, we start with 2 tier 1s. A melee guy and a ranged guy. I don't even think I want to build a scout to start off here. Also, we need that Lost Hollow. Is that production there? Excellent. So we probably want our first building